Easter Sunday, 5:53, 5:32 p.m. Cloudy, cold, and rainy here today in Kansas City, Olathe, Kansas, where I live. Royals game got rained out. They won yesterday. They're 3-5. I'd just like to see them get to 500 this year. That'd be a victory as far as my opinion right now. Did well Uber last night. Took a break at the Red Door, 119th and 119th in row, the Red Door Grill, like a 10:30. Ate a hamburger in there at the bar after I took a walk around the shopping center to stretch my legs. And had an interesting conversation with the guy sitting there. I hear Woolworths hand me $1 trillion. Pay me $1 billion a month to be the chairman. I think last night I was driving the Uber guy. He said he worked at Metcalf South Foot Locker before Metcalf South, and now Foot Locker was part of Woolworths. Foot Locker, Woolworths, you want to pay me $1 billion a month to be the chairman? You can contact me with that contract. And those people, well, the girl's doing most of the talking. The guy and the girl took him home. Kind of a mix up from the Peanut, different name and customer, and I don't know. I gave them a ride. They seemed like nice people, you know. And the girl gave me a nice $40 tip, 220s. So that was my best tip last night. I had some other girls getting drunk. Took them. They were drunk and insulting each other and talking smack. And I don't know. That was kind of funny. But girl said, "Can you take me to Amarillo, Texas by morning?" Yeah. I said, "Venmo me $1 million, $10 million on the Venmo." I'm a Venmo virgin. I've never got 10 million or $1 million on Venmo, so I'm a virgin on that $10 million Venmo payment. But we can crack that virginity right now. Pay me. I'll take you to Amarillo. Video corner. Oh, then somebody said price. Price of Price Chopper. Yeah, Price Chopper. You want to make me a chairman and pay me $1 billion a month? The entire Kansas City Metro Price Chopper system. I'll take $1 billion a month to be chairman. It's privately owned. Families own different stores. I'm sick of people mouthing off to me when I go into the Olathe store there. Lenexa, Olathe. So every time I go in there, somebody's mouthing off, saying something. Not kids, usually adult females. Merrill Lynch, you owe me $1 trillion. Oh yeah, when I was in the Red Door, somebody said cut out his tongue. Some gray-haired woman sitting there eating. Went in there before my walk to use the restroom, see how late they stay open. Cut out his tongue. I got a big mouth. I talk. I address the issues. Create an issue, we address the issue, and I will verbally discuss it and address it if I'm allowed to. But since Merrill Lynch blindsided me in the courthouse, doesn't give me a chance, they all owe me $1 trillion, and they owe me $5 billion paycheck since kindergarten. Because they were flunked out of kindergarten. I quit once because I had my degrees no matter. That's the same thing for the Peak and the securities office. And at Purdue, well, I guess Purdue's involved with it. Wilbur, or 2 or 3 guys who look like Wilbur. Or was a real Wilbur, real first Wilbur, was he fired or somebody stole his identity? You know, I guess sometimes I blame people for things, but it's not really them, and they could have been killed and had their identity stolen, like my dad. You know, the guy saying shit to me, he said he was an identity thief, you know. He said it to me all the time. Nobody believes me and thinks I'm crazy. Well, I suppose other people, you know, say things and then they're murdered and somebody steals their identity, looks like them, and starts doing shit. You know, and nobody knows what's going on. Nobody cares. Nobody can do anything about it. They just save their own ass. Save their fucking own ass in their little group think. Well, these Merrill Lynch offices in Kansas City are enemy territory to me, and I haven't been to New York Merrill Lynch for a long time. They never called me back to address the issues, so I don't know what they'd do if I walked in there. But they owe me $5 billion a year paycheck because of Kansas City. And you know, they say my degrees don't matter. They're flunks out of kindergarten too. But I don't think they say that in the corporate headquarters, do they? Is the chairman a flunk out of kindergarten? They can say that on national TV. They just say it to me, and hidden, you know, when nobody else is around. They owe me $1 trillion. Smith Barney, Morgan Stanley owes me $1 trillion because of Smith Barney. In Kansas City. Payne Weber, UBS, you owe me $1 trillion because of Payne Weber in Kansas City. All the individuals in Kansas City need to be taken out and put in prison until they're dead. And since the people in the headquarters don't respond to me, well, they're guilty because they don't respond. We need to resurrect these issues forever. It's Easter, the resurrection. He has come back from the dead. In some ways, I've been dead ever since Merrill Lynch blindsided me on the plaza. You know, in some ways, I've been dead since high school diploma when they were fucking with me. In some ways, I've been dead since, you know, whatever. Purdue. I didn't show up for graduation. Seems to me like the dad after college said that they told the rest of the students at graduation that he was going to get arrested. And I didn't go to graduation because I was so disgusted with the place. Disgusted with the Wilbur in particular and the comments he made, his opinionated teachings. I just graduated in 2 years from simply as good as it gets in the rankings. You know, I guess he's the only teacher who really had an issue with what he was teaching, his attitude, and one of his personal comments. Other teachers, I don't know, one bad apple can't spoil, well, one bad apple can spoil everything. So, you stockbroker companies owe me $1 trillion for disrespect. And a full-scale investigation nationwide about these individuals, who they are, where they are, everything about them. Or the real one's been killed and fraud's taken over and stolen their identities, like a dead dad said. You know, there's my fraternity involved. They don't, you know, he said the Betas don't want you going to Merrill Lynch, and Brett Leach is gonna take iron knuckles and hit you in the mouth if you. Well, I'm a beta from Oklahoma State. I'm not going to say I'm not a beta. I am a beta. But, you know, that goddamn dad, he said so much shit. One time when he had me locked up, he had a big party at Mission Hills Country Club for the betas just to show he's a beta. And he hates my guts because of what? I don't know. I'm a beta, and I'm in Merrill Lynch. Supposed to do something. I'm supposed to get paid $1 billion a month. So what I'm supposed to do, get a written contract, get paid $1 billion a month. I don't work for free. They know I have to get paid $1 billion a month now. You know, just because somebody says they're a beta doesn't mean, you know, the dead dad would never go to the beta things. Another reason I believe he was a fraud. He wouldn't go into his Morrison Hecker downtown office when I drive him around. I used to drive him around when Mom said get him out of the house and take him out to lunch or something. I'd drive him around and, I don't want to go in there. Don't take me in there. I don't know. He was a lunatic. I don't know what the fuck was going on with him. Some of his lawyers have lookalikes. They're not the same people I recall, or like they are. Some of them murdered too, and people stole their identities, or I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's me. Happy Easter. The resurrection will resurrect these issues forever.